Welcome back, guys, to another Animal Crossing New Horizons video, where this time I'm on the Dream Islands covering a tips and tricks tutorial. For those of you guys joining, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to support. And without further ado, let's begin. From here, I'm kind of doing things on a small island this time, just to kind of give like the basic sandbox tutorial feel. Just gonna try and see about climbing this ledge first. And then first up, we're gonna be going over pretty much some basic tips that I would use myself for custom designs and stuff. From here, which is to click the X button on the Dream Islands through the Dream Network, you can end up moving over your main island designs to the Dream Island, which essentially gives you access to what you'd be using on your island, though the two, in a manner of speaking, wouldn't be sequentially correlated between one another. So for now, just to keep things on the basic side, I'm just gonna work with the dirt paths, but I do have the cobblestone there as kind of like a point of reference to just show you the potential there. So from here, you can pretty much work around any natural obstacles you've got going on, such as trees. Other than that, I'm not making the entire layout too linear, and I'm just kind of doing what I can to keep the winding and turning down to a minimum. So there won't be that many like zigzag spaces, such as one going from left, up, right, and so on. Almost like a staircase on its side, pretty much. From then afterwards, is kind of when you want to go in and do layering. So first up, you do have the trees that are kind of like there to begin with, but then on top of that, you can add bushes as well as some green floral items. For this example, I'm going to be using the Silent Princess flower that was introduced in the 3.0 update to kind of liven things up. I'll also be using a combination of glow-in-the-dark moss, obtainable through the Happy Home Paradise DLC. And so, like I said, I'm just doing what I can to kind of space things out, but not to get too obsessive with the tools that I'm using. So I just want to do what I can to give the area a bit of a natural feel. So I would say in a manner of speaking, you'd want to start by kind of like following the hierarchy of like setting your foreground full of trees, and then next work your way up to design paths, then other miscellaneous plant types, and then onto furniture. And I think from basically off of here, I just add in weeds or moss last, that you can kind of add it in bulk, and then you just kind of take away from what you don't need to complete the look. And again, this is applicable to the main island as well, given that you have these exact items yourself. If you don't, you can always just use regular weeds as an alternative. As for the other items, there's there's basically a plethora of other items going on that you can use as well. Even the game's natural flowers, as long as they kind of fit on a single tile path. Over here on the side, I'm be exploring this other sort of aspect, which is kind of like an advanced tip. But from here, I kind of have the path inverted. So if you notice from the cliff area, the path is kind of like your guiding markers to kind of like where you'll be walking, where you're allowed to move, and where you can go. But on this side, I have it inverted, so the snowy part on the interior is basically our positive space, while the negative space is going to be the dirt surrounding the area. And while I don't have it shown in this example, you can pretty much put whatever plants or such around the outside and just kind of like create like sort of a foresty clearing. Yeah, this is one of those design tricks that I have the most fun doing, as it kind of creates a unique feel that you just wouldn't essentially have right off the bat. Lastly, I'm going to be working on the inside of this house real quick, just to kind of show you guys what the partition walls do, as well as give you a little insight on some advanced decorating tips. So from here, I'm using an accent wall of the cherry blossom, as well as a shoji screen for the rest of the faces. And what I want to do from here is include some door pieces as well as a window frame. And what these will be applied to is the glow-in-the-dark moss decoration, so that way you can apply these exact custom designs to the wall. I don't have a lot of personal examples to show right off the bat, but if you kind of go to like Pinterest or Instagram, for example, there are tons of creators out there that'll be using the glow-in-the-dark sticker, which is a recipe you can also get from the Paradise Planning DLC, as well as the partition walls and columns. So these stickers will be customized to have the exact illustrations of the two pieces I'm using for the door, as well as window panes. And from here, you can kind of move them around and orientate them around the room to fit the needs of your design, to kind of like create imaginary rooms to nowhere, pretty much. And with the window panes I'm having arranged here on the wall, so basically the window panes are perfect for walls that you have sort of a background to it. And you can basically create these custom windowscapes that you normally wouldn't because of the default wallpaper going on. So I don't have them spread out across the entire face, because what you want to do instead is kind of like add columns and space them out a bit, so you can kind of create a space that's windows only, and then a spot you can actually traverse out of. Which is why I'm preserving the center of the floor. And then from here, I'm adding just wood paneling to basically fill up the top of the wall, so I don't have to go all the way up with the windows. And this isn't exactly what I prefer to use on just the top of the wall, but it's pretty much what I've got. And so right now I'm going in with the columns and just kind of spacing them out. And from there, you have a secluded spot that's just the window, and then another piece of the room that's going to be arranged to kind of like break things up a bit. And so from here, this isn't exactly a perfect tutorial or representation of what you can do, but this is basically the bare minimum to the potential you could reach, given that you have these exact pieces of furniture going on. And with that, setting that aside, this is going to be the end of the tutorial. And for those of you guys who stuck around the end, thank you for watching and see you next time.